Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I forgot to turn this setting off before I started the stream. I'm also not in a party because PlayStation doesn't like us, so I can't just create a party, so we're going to lower the master volume so you can hear me a little better, hopefully. But yeah, if you've read the title properly, we're doing a pure Redguard playthrough. Obviously, gotta have credit where credit is due. Major Slack Attack, it's a Skyrim YouTuber. He has done a pure Khajiit and pure Imperial playthrough. He does it a lot better than I'm going to be doing it, and he also plays on Legendary difficulty. And basically the premise of this is we're only allowed to use Redguard skills. So I believe... Here, actually, I'm going to pull it up real fast. I have it open on my mobile device. No, I don't, apparently. It is... I know, obviously, it's one-handed. It is, of course, it's one-handed, alteration, actually, I'm just going to pull it up. Give me a second here. It is one-handed, alteration, archery, block, destruction, and smithing. Which, if any of you have any comprehension there, it means that there will be no armor used. Yeah, no armor. I will be using every skill whenever possible. So I will be using all 6 skills. I think it's 6. It might actually be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 6. But yeah, I will be using all 6 skills. I have no mods installed, and I'll prove that to you in just a moment here. We'll name her Felna. Felna, I like the name Felna. What should her suffix be? Felna. Bloodhilt. Okay. And, we're actually going to turn our master volume all the way down while we do this, so I can explain the rules to you. God, that's weird. So yeah, the only exceptions to this rule, the only exception is speech and lockpicking. Those obviously level passively, and I'm not doing no lockpicking run with no... I'm not doing a no lockpicking, no selling run. I'm just not doing that. No selling, no buying. Of course. And we also can't power level them for the purpose of power leveling them to get perk points. So I can't go out and intentionally make a lot of money just by using, I can't intentionally go out and just do a bunch of skill check or speech checks to level up speech, and I can't intentionally go out of my way to pick a bunch of locks to level up lockpicking. I just have to level them as any normal character not using them would, and no perk investment. No mods here. I'll prove that to you real fast. I have no mods enabled. I am not cheating in any way. It took me like a good 30 minutes to decide. Yeah, here you go. No unofficial patch even. No. None of that. Nope. 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 If they were enabled, there'd be a little check mark next to them for those of you that know anything with mods. See? No mods enabled. And we can get back to it. No, we can't. Gotta turn the audio back up. Okay.
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the Redguard.
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentry, what do you see?
It's in the ground.
Alrighty, and the run begins. Oh, final rule. Gameplay legendary. We are playing on the difficulty known as legendary. This is my first legendary run, and I'm doing it as a pure Redguard with no armor. So I'm probably actually gonna have to lower that down to master expert at some point. Of course, you can just rush through here. No edge for precaution. You basically can't die here. The only time I've ever died here is when I sat still in this little courtyard area for like 2 minutes. Is that Bosmer? We'll be going with... Oh, wait. Oh, I love that. We'll be going through here. Mostly to make more money, but also this way you get one-handed weaponry. The biggest thing about this is that you can't wear armor. Thankfully, we do have alteration, so we can have an armor rating, but it's still not going to be very good. Yeah, just uncoming. Yeah.
Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off. There you go. May as well take Gunner's gear. He won't be needing it.
He may not be needing it, but it's just as useless to me. Just as useless to me as it is to him. I'll be using this section to force rail off the tank and to power level one-handed. And believe it or not, I have actually done a couple different test runs of this, all up to level 25. And for the most part, you can just kind of play it like a normal character. You just have to play things obviously a little more careful because you have no armor. You have no stealth either. You're not allowed to level sneak. So, generally speaking, you're not going to be engaging in sneak. And then you let Ray left tank for you, and you just swing away on the captain. And you really hope this soldier doesn't take your attention. Attack Rayloff, attack Rayloff, attack Rayloff. I hate you so much, Imperial soldier. You're ruining the run. I hate Imperial soldier. Yeah, he does that a lot. It's not too uncommon to have to retry here. I've only done it 4 times for practice runs, so. Which reminds me, I should probably start quick saving. This is gonna be a long stream. I'm just gonna warn you all right now. This is gonna be a long stream. This first section is difficult. Yeah, I mean it's hard. It is hard. It's very difficult.
That thing was a dragon. No doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here.
Ah. Take my bindings off, please, kind sir.
May as well take Doctor's gear.
And then, so you obviously need to go to favorite up my spells. Quick save here.
Oh, get that armor on. Get that axe off its wings. I'm going to see if I can find some way out of here. Let's see about that gate.
Yeah, pure Redguard build on legendary.
No way to open this.
With no sneak. I was actually originally going to do a Dark Elf before I realized they don't have a one-handed bonus or an enchanting bonus. So we'd be relying exclusively on reduced casting costs from the perks. So, and our only form of damage. Yep. Oh, now they're both on. I hate this game. You have to play so much different. If either of them aggro on you, and then both of them aggro on you, it's... No, attack this guy. Thank you. And now I can just wail away at her. This is power leveling one-handed. No power attacks. First level. Second level will be coming pretty soon. You want to take everything? And then I will be using... I have to be using every skill, by the way. So I'll be using a sword. It'll be a very spell sword build. You'll be a spell sword. But you also have a shield. You have to let Rayloff tank. Never rush ahead like I just tried to do. I'm used to being on adept. I usually can do that, but when you're power leveling one-handed, you cannot ever take both of them. You have to let Rayloff. Yep, and then you just want to make your way behind and just start wailing away. You should always have at least 31 handed before you leave here, before you leave Helgen. Not doing so, it's a hindrance. The run is still very possible. I can't use alchemy, so you won't even be bothering to take alchemy.
Done. Let's get moving.
You have to let Rayloff tank. Quick save after every fight, just in case you die.
Hear that? Come on.
You can't even actually farm extra up on these guys. But I don't recommend it, for the most part.
Looks like there's something in this cave. It's locked.
When we can, we do have to avoid lockpicking. So obviously here we aren't allowed, but we should still be able to get the mage robes. And unless they patch that. They appear to have patched that. Which means that is this, I think he's an Imperial, but he could also be a Breton. No, he's an Imperial. You can tell by the ears. Bretons have slightly pointed ears. Because they are... Oh, no. Not even going to bother with that chemical ingredients. Bretons have slightly pointed ears because they are a result of crossbreeding between the natives of High Rock and the Altmer of the Somerset Isles. Unfortunately, we have, I don't think we have, yeah, we have yet to get our hands on a shield. So we still have yet to be able to use block. You have to let these two tank, especially Rayloff, because he's basically immortal. Don't pop your first level. Do not pop your first level. That's a huge mistake I made in the first run. Do not... Alright. You're gonna get over encumbered. The first thing you do, you drop 4 Imperial swords. You want to keep 2. Light that on fire. And I like to run ahead and light that on fire. And then come back down here, kill this guy. Once you're over encumbered, you stop grabbing the swords. You let her take the lead. And then you come up to the one that's the furthest behind and just start wailing away on him. You should usually reach 30 one-handed in this room, just like I did. Alright, and then the second thing you drop, or put away or whatever, is Imperial Armor. I consider poison usage to be alchemy. So, no poisons. That is a rule that I made up. Oh, of course, you are allowed to use archery. So, you know, favorite your bow. Put arrows on your back. This is going to be a hard run because there's no sneak. You want to drop down here because you can get an extra health potion and a tiny bit of extra gold. Mostly extra health potion, though. Jesus Christ. This character has so far been brought every single time up to level 25. No matter how wrong it might feel, you have to let Rayloff go ahead, especially on Legendary with a Redguard wearing no armor.
That doesn't go anywhere. Guess we better try this way.
Once you've reached 30 one-handed, you can pull out your Flames spell in both hands. And just go ahead and clear out the spiders and the bear with flames. Have to let Rayloff go ahead, and he has to tank almost all, if not all, of the spiders. Short bursts. If one gets onto you, it's not that big a deal. Just focus that one down first. If your magic gets low, just run around. Short bursts like that. You can grab the venom, you just can't poison your blades with it. Unfortunately, we did take a little bit much damage, so it might be risky to have the bear encounter. But you can, of course, just use a bow. Not essential, but I recommend coming up here, grabbing this Draught of Health, and then you're also going to want to, no sneaking, and you're going to want to grab that, and that, take all alcohol. Oh no. With no stealth and legendary. Again, Ralof has to tank. Why isn't Ralof? Ralof, please. Thank you. And then you want to pull out flames and just blast the bear into oblivion. And if you got enough damage off on the spiders, that will bring you up to Destruction 21. Or at least it should bring you up to Destruction 21. And if it didn't... Jesus Christ, that was a violent voice crack. And, but if it didn't bring you up to Destruction 21, then you, it's not a huge deal. Destruction doesn't... It is helpful, but you don't use it as much as your other skills. You do use it. It's just not the most common. Now, this is going to sound odd, but I consider poisoning blades alchemy, but I do not consider wearing enchanted items enchanting. So we are allowed to wear any enchanted items we find. Now this is a part that always is, and most likely always will be, hard. You will always find some difficulties with this. Always drop a quick save, and always be very prepared to die. And don't feel bad if you die, because it happens. It happens. When you're not wearing armor on Legendary, and you can't even use Sneak, your only armor rating will be, at level 18, we grab the Lord Stone. Yep, you despite what you may think, it is definitely in your best interest here, because the extra gold comes in handy. Not right off the bat, but the gold you get stacked up over time, it very much so comes in handy. And yes, you do always want to clear this place. Just run around whenever they come at you. Focus down the two melee guys. Try and juke them around this tree, because they'll file in and you can hit them both with destruction magic. When they get too close, run around. And eventually they're going to get way too close, and you're going to run out of magicka before you kill either of them. And so here, you do want to be spamming jump, because you cover a little bit more ground. You come down here because it takes their pathfinding a second. And you come down here. And this guy will always be here. And every single run this guy is here. And so he helps you out. Or at least he should. And then here you can pull out your sword. Start wailing away. He is a huge help. Absolutely an essential here. You will run out of magicka or stamina. Or in certain cases, you might even run out of health. And then generally, you're actually going to want to take into your inventory, drop both of your Imperial armors because their armor is more valuable. Don't take weapons. Pull out your longbow. This is a stream simply because this is an annoying thing to edit. Then most likely, most of this series will be in video form, but the first part always will take usually around 40 minutes of non-stop playtime, otherwise you might lose your place and forget what you're doing. Just here, take this archery duel. Don't waste arrows, so you do want to wait for her to be standing still. If don't get impatient, because you should always get archery 21 at least from this. I've wasted a pretty good amount of arrows, yeah. So you just take my example here. Be patient. If you need to, you can get closer, so she has a harder time. Yep, like that. If you get over encumbered again, drop your iron daggers, and then your mace, and then your sword, and then keep the iron war axe. Take this book, read it. It is a guaranteed one-handed, bonk. Don't take that plate, you don't want to do that. Take everything else. In this case, I'm going to drop a plate that I did not mean to take. Yeah, tanning is also, tanning, smithing, believe it or not. So we are allowed to tan our own leather. You're, of course, going to want to take the warrior stone here. You take warrior stone up until level 18, or until block, one-handed, and archery are 75. Whichever comes first. Usually level 18 comes first, though. And then after that, you pick up the Lord Stone. Come over here. Hop up here just real quick. Discover Ember Shard Mine. Turn around. Hop in the river, not too close to the falls. You don't want to fall down. Quick save here, or at least somewhere around there, and try and manipulate your way up onto this edge. Take the flawless emerald that was in that deer skull there, or that deer skeleton there. Make sure you have the flawless emerald, by the way. It's not like essential to something, but it helps just for money. Loot the treasure hunter. He should always be here. If he's not, it's not that big a deal. It's usually only like 100 gold. And then if you get the steel war axe, in this case, drop your iron war axe. Read his note and cross your fingers that it's in either Ember Shard or Brittle Shin Pass. Yes, Brittle Shin Pass, Iron Mace of Souls. If it's not in either, not that big a deal. You just, you might be slightly set back, and you might, I haven't ever had a problem. It almost always is in Brittle Shin or Ember Shard. But if you do have the problem, if you do have problems, try saving and then reloading the save. Obviously, you know, you come up here, get the treasure map. For those of you wondering, you do eventually get the Dead Thalmor. It's just, generally speaking, you have way too much loot, and it's more common for the Dead Thalmor to be heavy armor. And beyond here, there's nothing you want to drop. So you come over to Riverwood. You're going to want to find Sven or Feindal. In this case, I found Sven first. If you, but always get Feindal, and then come up here, sell your stuff. 1 sword, sell the war axe, sell 3 bows. You should be able to sell, of course, all of your armor. You're not allowed to wear it anyway. You come over here to the Riverwood Trader. Are you kidding me?